Hello little berserkers, my name is Eview. Welcome back to the channel. So this video, welcome to another music review. Or not music review, but a movie review. So if you've seen the other video where I did the Death Note movie and me explaining how bad the movie was, I'm gonna be talking about an actually good movie that I thought was amazing. So this one, if you haven't seen this movie, if you have not seen the movie Dolittle, go watch it. And please note, I do not own the movie. Everything I'll be saying in this video is my own opinion. And yeah, don't put that against me. So yeah, so to start out the movie with a little synopsis of what's happening in the movie and why Dolittle is the way Dr. Dolittle, or John, is the way he is, why he's isolated himself, and it is because of his wife Lily Dolittle. She went on an adventure. Oh, if you don't know what Dolittle is a person who has an amazing gift to speak to animals, and he is basically a animal doctor, and he got married to a woman named Lily, and they were both adventurers. They went around the world, and they met animals who basically became family to the Dolittle. They basically became Dolittles. That's what happened with that. And then it leads to a boy named Stubbins. His brother and his father are in the forest woods, hunting for duck, I believe, because this movie takes place right in the middle, right in the thick of it for hunting season. And so they're hunting. See, Stubbins does not want to kill anything, but his family business basically is being a hunter. So they find this patch of ducks, and so they make a plan, and Stubbins is the one who's supposed to kill the duck, or a duck, whatever. And so he does shoot, but he doesn't hit a duck. He hits a squirrel that he didn't even want to shoot in the first place. And so he basically just says, we need to help it. It doesn't need to die. But his father hands him a knife, the blade about that, maybe a little shorter, and the squirrel does not die. The parrot in the movie named Polly, she finds Stubbins and leads him to the Dolittle Manor, which is it's all like, it looks, if you've ever played, or heard of at least, The Last of Us, do you remember when everything is like all vined over, it's all, not kept clean, not, like, it's just a big old mess with nothing but leaves and vines and overgrown trees, I guess. Very apocalyptic entrance to the Dolittle Manor. So Stubbins knocks on the door with an injured squirrel, and Dolittle does not answer. Sorry. But what does happen is Polly leads Stubbins through a little hidey hole, okay, so it's a brick wall. Imagine this big hole, big enough for a human to go through just fine. It's a secret entrance through the wall, basically. So okay. So what ends up happening is he goes in, he sees a bear, like a straight up polar bear. He's wearing a beanie and everything is super cute. And what happens, he walks into a snare, a trap, and he gets caught up in this big old net, in a net trap. And so Polly talks to the polar bear. I forgot the polar bear's name. That's sad because I just watched that movie. Okay, but see, what happened is actually a girl, who said she's there on business because the queen herself, the Queen of England, has fallen ill. And remember that I'll come back to that a little bit later. So what happens is she lets out Stubbins, and her name is Lady Rose, or Rose, whatever you want to call her. That's her name. And so they go to the door. They knock. See, Dolittle is a very isolated, his not kept clean face, very long beard that goes down half his body, maybe down to his waist, tuck it into his belt, probably shorter, but you know what I mean. And, it opens with him playing chess with the gorilla, Chig, I don't remember, it's just Chick, I don't remember. But chicken, something like that. And see and the gorilla dude is he's a scaredy cat, basically, if that's what you want to call him. But he's basically scared of everything, not a very brave person or animal in general. And so the Rose and Stubbins goes knock on the front door of or at least the gate thing. And so the gorilla opens up. They scream to each other. It's really funny. Or Stubbins, and it's scary, opening the door, boom, gorilla. It was pretty funny, to be honest. And honestly, so yeah. I mean, that's not particularly the entire movie right there. This would be a very long video if it were the entire movie. But, you know something? The movie, okay. So, they go in and, Lady Rose goes and meets Dolittle himself, who is not very happy that she's there, not very happy that any, humans are there in general. He's like, oh, everybody get out, that type of dude. And so, what ends up happening is that, how do I explain it? Okay, if you've ever seen the movie, so if you've seen the trailer for Call of the Night, or something like that, I don't know, I forgot what it was called already. But he's very isolated, doesn't leave the house at all. He takes care of himself and the animals he has with him. And so he basically just tells them to go away. But he finds out if the queen dies, he'll lose his house that he's in. And, they'll be kicked out in the middle of hunting season. And he has a lot of animals. And so they would all be hunted. They would probably die. And, it's just crap like that. Sorry, neighbors' dogs are barking. So, So they go on this adventure. They go to the palace where the queen is, and what ends up happening is that they have to go find the Eden tree with the Eden tree with the fruit. And so half the movie later, oh, bad guy of the movie. Oh, it turns out that she was poisoned. The queen was. That's why she has fallen ill. She's very, sickly. Very close to death, basically. And so what ends up happening is that so they get on a boat, Dolittle and the gang. So Dolittle does not want Stubbins to come with him. He just wants no humans, stuff like that. Sorry, that's gonna bother me. Yeah, whatever. So Giraffe, there's a giraffe, a fox, and Polly, who's the parrot, sneak him onto the boat, basically. Kind of? I don't know. It's not really sneaking. He jumped on the boat from like 50 feet in the air. Or 50 feet above the boat that they were on, over a bridge that's, well, it was probably more like 1,000 feet high. And it was very, Oh, and apparently Dolittle has seasickness, according to the movie. So, yeah. And so they go on this adventure. The bad guy is actually another doctor who went to school with Dolittle, doesn't like him, They basically just call him the no chin man. And it's very funny. And when okay, so they get to Lily's home place, like hometown country thing. I'm not saying anything right. So they get there. Her dad does not like Dolittle at all, mainly because he thinks that he got her killed, or like he blames him for her death. That makes more sense. So what ends up happening? So I think his name was Razuli. Yeah, that sounds right. So he has a lot of lions, and he has one tiger named Barry, who actually used to be, I guess, friends with Dolittle. Like, Dolittle would treat him, and so Barry's about to eat him and whatnot. Yeah. Oh yeah, and the kid basically becomes one of them, I guess, which doesn't end up happening. He escapes after the polar bear guy, sets off dynamite in the palace, which I thought was absolutely great. And so they escape. Oh, the gorilla, which again I forgot his name. He's absolutely great. He becomes brave after winning a fight with Barry the tiger. And by basically just kicking him in the nether regions, because that's where he was getting treated, right? And so they get out. Oh, while they're there, they have to get a journal. It's basically a map. That was Lily's. It's a map journal. So they have to steal the journal in order to get to the Eden Tree Island. To Eden Tree Island. But the doctor, No Chin Man, he ends up getting it because he took it from Stubbins after he was finally able to get it. and so, but the no chin man blew up their boat, boat also known, which is called water lily, the water lily. There you go. And so, but Razuli decides to let him off the hook and give him a boat back, or give him a boat that was his. It floats, but it's really crappy. Like, it's, not very well made. It's very, very, a little old, a little bit crusty, but it floats and it works. So that works. And so they get to the Eden Tree Island, and there they find the dude was already there. But so the tree is located in the middle of the mountain. That's in the middle, the center of the mountain, and basically just the center of the island. And so they so they get to the center of the mountain, but the best part of the movie, in my opinion, was when they awoken a dragon, which is the keeper or the guard of that tree which holds the fruit. So there's a big fight scene with the dragon, and it's awesome. I love dragons, so I'm over there just having a great good time. And so apparently that dragon, all the weeaboos out there, if you have seen Assassination Classroom, which is an anime, the teacher that the students have to try to assassinate, it's basically him, but scaly and is a dragon. So colors, every color holds an emotion that the dragon feels, just like that character from Assassination Classroom. And that reminded me a lot of him. Her. Actually, in the movie, it's a her. TV show, it's a him. Or at least in Assassination Classroom. But this is not a video about Assassination Classroom. Maybe later. So the dragon has eaten a lot of armor and people, and so they have to basically get it out. She's constipated, basically, and Dolittle has to go in and get it out manually using a leak. Now, I don't mean like leakage, like a leak as in the vegetable. And pulls everything out like that. And at one point, a great big fart lets out by the dragon. And it was awesome, and that's the best thing ever. And it was just really funny. It's a funny movie in general. And the way I'm explaining the movie is not very well, but it's a good movie. Trust me, go watch it. It's in theaters right now. So they help the dragon, and they get the fruit to help the queen get better from death. Oh, and it is said that if she doesn't get that particular fruit by the time on the 17th of that month, I have no idea what month it was, so don't ask. And so they get it is said that an eclipse will happen on the 17th of that month. which I'm gonna assume was like maybe a week or two later, something like that. So they get the fruit and they get back in the nick of time to save the queen. Well, it turns out that the actual, like, one, I think it was the hand of the queen, I believe, or one of, like, the big upper-ups in the queen's, like, guard or something, had actually poisoned the queen with something called the night wish, or the night something thing. I'm gonna say it's night glade, night flower, night something flower, and the vial is still in the guy's pocket. So he takes it, he gets arrested. A big thank you to to Dolittle, and yeah, the guy gets arrested. Oh, Dolittle opens his mansion back up for people so he could do more surgery, and Stubbins, he becomes his like full apprentice, and everything goes well and happy and fun, and yeah, that's the movie. So I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was an amazing movie. Go watch it for yourself so you have a better understanding than me trying to explain it. So yeah, that's Dolittle for you. It was released in 2020, and yeah, it was awesome. Alright, so if you enjoyed this video, Little Berserkers, please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what you want to see next, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.